Welcome to the live replay, everyone. We are going to start off today by packing a few orders, and then I am guessing that we'll still have some time at the end to work on March in Kristine's bullet journal. Today's January 22nd, and I don't have a lot of orders to get through, but we do have a few, and I do need to cut the gold foil for a few of those real quick here. So I'm just gonna let I'm just over here getting my cutting machine ready to go, positioning the designs and all, and then we will cut those. Okay. You'll either love that sound or hate it, but that is my cutting machine just doing its work. Let me go ahead and open up the first order that we're going to work on today, which is 1520, order 1520. Thanks for joining me, guys. Yesterday in Ahi, we did February's weekly spreads and March's monthly spreads. So today we've got a few orders to pack, and then if we have time, which I think we will get into March a little bit more. We haven't chosen the weekly layout or anything, so we've got to kind of start from scratch with that one. So we're going to do order 1520 for Sylvie. I'm going to go grab her matcha green journal. Let me set this to the side for now. Thanks, Stevie. Yeah, I really like how the March theme turned out. Okay, so Sylvie has charms and a cover design. So I have her cover design, but let's start with the charms. She did a bookish charm and a dog charm. So she didn't give us any information about her dog. So I'm thinking we'll just go with the green book, and then I'll let you guys vote. If there is a moderator available to start a 3-option poll, that would be lovely. We've got 3 different choices here. Oh, I need to buy more of these little dogs. How are there always charms that I just realize and then act so surprised? Oh, I need to get more of those. We will do a poll between these 3. I'm not sure if there's one in the works, so I'll go ahead and start one for this. 1 minute, 3 options. Okay. So book is locked in. We need to choose a dog charm to go with it. So option 1, 2, or 3 to pair with this. I got some more jump loops. They are almost the size that I was looking for, but not precisely. I think they're close enough, but they're a little bit off. I'm so sure that this is the size I always order, but they just look different. I'm also going to go ahead and weed her cover design. Wait, this isn't hers. Where did hers go? Oh yeah, here's hers. Let me cut this down a little bit more too. I cut hers this afternoon because it was the only one that I had. The only order that I had that needed a cover design for tonight, and then shortly after I got 3 more orders all at once, so that's why I had to cut a few more gold foil designs just now. I'll go fetch those from my cutting machine in a sec, but now that that countdown is done, let's do our charms first. Yeah, I definitely need to get more of those little dogs. I've got, what, 2 left? Oh, bummer. Hey Sherry, how was your day? Oh, thank you guys for all the likes. Alrighty, charms are on. Let me go ahead and do her cover design. Thanks for the follow, Ray. Fellow Canadian. Hey Katie, thanks for joining. Welcome here, you guys. We have just a few orders to personalize today, and then time permitting, we will get back into Kristine's custom journal and keep working on March, which is what we started yesterday. It was pretty good. Yeah, it's been so dreadfully cold this week. I forgot to turn my heat press on. So dreadfully cold. We haven't been able to go outside like at all. So that's been a bit of a downer, but aside from that, it's been a very good week. All right, okay, while I let my heat press warm up, let me show you how things are going in our current custom journal. This is Kristine's journal. We're taking a break from it to pack a few orders. I think I've got 6 or 7 orders, so not a whole lot. If more orders come in tonight, I will pack those on live as well, but for now we've got a queue of 6 to 7 orders before we get back into here. So we started with January and did this little snowflake theme. We went with more of a quilt look for the title page, then her cleaning tracker, 2-page calendar with a section for notes. And then this is the weekly layout that we came up with for January. Us and Pinterest. Then for February, it was her birthday month. She requested a brown tabby cat theme. Again, cleaning tracker, title page, calendar and notes. And then these are February's weekly spreads. Okay, and then the last thing we did last night was start March. So for March, she requested an Easter theme, and we chose this little cross and brought in the craft paper. We've got a cleaning tracker, March calendar with a notes section, and we are about to start on the weekly spreads. That is where we left off. So once we get through these orders, if we still have time tonight, we will continue there and choose the next weekly layout for March. Oh, my cord is wrapped around my stand again. That's going to be annoying for you guys because it always clicks and clacks against the stand. Oh, thank you, Katie. Yeah, that was a fun one. I really enjoyed doing the March title page. So that is Sylvie's journal. I'm going to go ahead and just leave this layer on until I actually pack these up tomorrow. They're going to be packed tomorrow and then dropped in the mail tomorrow or Saturday. So that was order 1520. Thank you for your order, Sylvie. I'm going to go grab that gold foil from my machine, as well as a petal pink pre-made journal for order 1521. That's Jen. Let me go grab those things. Petal pink and the gold foil that we just finished cutting. All right, there we go. And Jen's does not have any personalization. I'm just gonna go ahead and cut these next few cover designs apart so I can set them to the side. All right, thank you for your order, Jen. That was $15.21. I'm excited to send that to you. I know Jen's been here all week saying that she keeps ordering more journaling supplies. She just can't wait for her journal to get there. All right, $15.22. I am using Caesar brand vinyl. It's the material is metal and then the color is gold. Then we've got a B grade Glacier Blue hand drawn journal for Ligaya. That's $15.23. Oh, I wrote the wrong number on here. I wrote 22 because I was already looking at the next one. Okay, so that was $15.21. B grade Glacier Blue is $15.22. Let me go grab that. $15.22. Thank you for your order, Ligaya. Moving on to $15.23. Order for Nathan H. Nathan got an espresso dot grid journal, not one of the pre-made journals, just an empty one. So let's grab that for Nathan. And we do have some personalizations for this one. Hey, Anne. Welcome here. Alrighty, so we've got charms and a cover design and a name page. So we're going all out for this one. So bookish charm and coffee charm. Let's start there. Which book? Okay. And actually, I think I might just lock in these two because as I'm looking at the name page box, I'm seeing that the colors are earthy. Browns, beiges, greens. And these books that I have are all a little bit brighter, like more... They're not like neon or anything, but they're not earthy colors. So I think I'm just going to lock in the gold for this one. Thank you for the follow. Freezing at the end of our country. I mean, I am freezing. The temperature is cold. Is that what you mean? Or am I glitching freezing? I just don't know what kind of freezing. But it is definitely freezing here. It was with wind chill today. It was like minus 39 Celsius, which is chilly. Okay, yeah, I definitely feeling the cold. Yeah. And next week, it's still going to be cold. Not as cold, but like still awkwardly cold to go out with little kids, you know? Like my boys love getting their winter gear on. That's not the struggle. It's getting them back in when we're outside because I can tell that they're freezing, but they both just like would stay out forever, even if their fingers were falling off. So it's just hard to do a quick trip outside with two little toddlers. Oh yeah, and that sounds like us too. Brutal. Am I bro, D? That's probably a first. I'm not, probably one of the least bro people you've met. Okay, let's see, what's the cover design here? Book and Daydreamer was the prompt. I'm gonna need my little pinchers to get this piece out. And make sure that stays in the right spot. Excellent. All right, let's do the cover design here, and then we will get into the name page. For the name page, saw a September cover page with the word in brown gradients and butterflies. Really like how this looked minus the page being cut. Okay, yes, I can do that. I should go grab my butterfly stamp. I think that is currently in my toddler's possession, but that's a great stamp. I would love to use it for a name page. Cover design is on. I will do the lettering right away, and then I will go hunt down my my stamp that he is referring to, because yeah, I think my oldest boy might have it in one of his pencil cases. Alrighty, so the name Maersha. That's what we're spelling here. So, okay, let me just read this one more time. The theme that he checked was books, colors, browns, beiges, maybe green, stacked letters for the name, and then, yeah, the theme, books, if possible, include some monarch butterflies too. I saw a post on your Instagram for the September cover page with the word in brown gradients and butterflies. I really liked how it looked, minus the page being cut. Okay, yes, I know exactly what page they're referring to, so I will go ahead and do that. So M, I might just put M on its own on the top layer, because I want at least 3 layers. And M is a big one, it can fill the space. Oh, Amanda, we are having brutal cold up here. Like, this week has been awful. It's not that cold all winter long, but this week has been hopefully the lowest point we see all winter. Maersha. Oh, there's one more letter than I thought. I can fit that. We've got this. R S H. Why did I think I would end up with 3 on the bottom row? But that's all right. Oof, people's heat is given out. That would be nasty. All right, we will add some butterflies like over here to make that gap look a little bit more on purpose. It's a name. I'm guessing it's pronounced Marsha, but this is a new one for me. I've never actually seen this spelling, so I don't know. This was someone's order. Can someone get me the Fahrenheit Celsius conversion here? What are we talking about? what's minus 40 Fahrenheit compared to minus 40 Celsius? That's what I want to know, because the Canadians are throwing out temperatures in Celsius. And then I get hit with a Fahrenheit, and I don't know what that means. All right, let me go find that stamp that this customer is referring to. I'm pretty sure I know exactly where it is, but it's not in this room. So I'll be back in like, hopefully less than a minute. Hoping. Okay, so minus 40 Fahrenheit is minus 40. Really? Is that where they overlap? Okay, well, oh, whoops, just dumped all of those in. That's convenient. Okay. Well, yeah, I know closeness to hot. I'm just wondering the comparison. Okay, let me check one other place. Did I take it back from him because I didn't want him using my butterfly? Come on. Is it really not in here? Oh yes, Lori, I would love to. I'm just on the hunt for a stamp right now that I know I let my toddler use and I don't know where it ended up. It's not in here. I'm gonna check this one drawer. No, I didn't really think so. Okay, I want to check one more spot. Oh, I hope I can find it. It's a good one. I'll be right back. One more spot. Success, I found it. Because yes, I gave him this whole bin of stamps to use, and then he started using these, and I was like, wait, I changed my mind, so I hid them. And thankfully, I remembered where I hid them. Okay, let's get to work on these stamps. Okay, so we do want a couple of books. I'm wondering if I should do a couple or just one. Maybe I'll just do like one open book underneath, and then like butterflies flying around. I might do that. All right, Lori, let me show you what we're working on. Would you like to see, like, this is the current custom bullet journal that we're working on, but if you're thinking about my pre-made journals, I can show you that too. This is like the main one that I am sharing these days. This is my like 12-month, 224 pages. It's like a coloring book and a planner all in one. So it's got about 30 yearly spreads up here, and then every month has a different theme that you guys chose on Instagram. So January was Cozy Cottage. Thank you. February. Thank you for the follow. Oh yeah, here I colored a sample week just to show. February is bows, and I just filmed my own February setup. Let me show you how I colored mine. I just feel like it helps to see it colored because like you can turn it into something pretty different. Yes, I am, Lori. So that's February, this little bows theme. And then March we have plants. And there's a lot of this like light gray calligraphy so that you can just like trace over it and use the white gel pen, which comes for free with your with your journal and decorate your pages like this. Oh, nice, wavy Jess. I haven't, like, I've posted a lot of content out of this journal here, but I haven't posted much out of this one yet because we just started it this week. April, you guys chose a tulips theme. And so yeah, every month has an open page in case there's something I missed. You need an extra page for tracking something specific. That's what this is for. A title page, a 2-page calendar with an open box. This heading I just added. You can use that for whatever you want. 6 regular trackers and 1 leveled tracker, a page for memories, and then weekly spreads that change up. They change minorly every week, like just the design will change, but the layout will stay the same until the next month. Then the layout changes as well. So yeah, May we did a pond theme. June was a seashell theme. Wait. July was an ice cream truck theme. August is this ocean theme. September is a sardines theme. I love the weekly spreads in this one, just like a different little sardine tin every week. October is one of my favorites. It's a journaling at a cafe theme. So like all of the open boxes are little mini journals that you get to write in. And so yeah, the weekly spreads start off like this, and then you can like trace over the calligraphy, color everything in, and turn it into this for your planner. Thank you guys. And then November we had a knitting theme. This is another one that I really like, the weekly spreads. And December is this gingerbread theme. I added the like most Christmassy elements. You wouldn't need to go full on Christmas, but I wanted to. So yeah, that is kind of the basics of this journal. Starts off much more black and white, and then you color it in, use it as a coloring book and a planner, all in one. And I do have a discount code for my live stream viewers. It's live stream if you would like to get 10% off, and we will personalize your order here on the live. All right, let me stamp on some butterflies. Oh wait, book first. I want to do the book first because he wanted a book. So I'm gonna do like an open book here at the bottom. Open book. Thank you, Lori. I am glad you like it. Yeah, took a lot of work, but I am so pleased with how it turned out. My last one, I haven't made one for about 3 years, and I did not realize how much I have improved as an artist in those 3 years until like looking at them side by side. It's work that I am very proud of this time around, so I'm really glad that you like it. All right, we're gonna stamp a few butterflies on, kind of flying across the page because that's how they were in the theme that this customer is referencing that I shared on Instagram. So they're gonna like come up from here, up from the book, and then fly up over here. And we'll add some dashed lines and stuff. Oh, I'm not familiar with it either, Amanda. I was guessing Marcia, but I know most Marcias that I know don't have the E. I don't know. I've never come across this name before. It's a new one to me. All right, let's add, where's my Tombow? Fudenosuke. So this little guy is going to be flying straight out of the book. And this guy. And this guy. Yes, Emily, alcohol markers go through anything. They are really only good for like basically what you see on TikTok, the coloring pages where you have nothing on the other side. They unfortunately aren't super versatile, which is really sad because they color so beautifully. If I could use alcohol markers on these pages, I would absolutely love to, but it just, their applications are pretty slim. I'm gonna add a few sparkles here, and then we'll color in the butterflies, and we will add white gel pens to the letters. No problem, Emily. Lori, to a beginner, yeah, I guess my biggest thing I would say to a beginner is to choose your like why for bullet journaling before you start. If your why is to like stay organized and keep track of tasks and stuff, and then you go to Pinterest and just start remaking all the cute like mood trackers and playlist spreads and like random things that you find, you're gonna stop using your journal real quick because it won't actually be serving you well, and you'll just kind of get frustrated like, oh, I keep missing days in my tracker, and then you'll stop using it. But if you make spreads that you like, that really practically help you achieve your purpose for journaling, you're much more likely to stick with it. That's my biggest suggestion. From the ink of the stamp, I'll go over it with white gel pen when I get to the white gel pen stage. Yes, what a great stamp set. Just like 2 butterfly stamps, but I've used them for so many bullet journal themes. They're just so cute. Oh, you have a butterfly stamp set too? Nice. I think I have another one as well that actually has many more butterflies, but I always find myself coming back to this one. All right, just cover that right up with white. And there we go. That is the cover design. The name page. The cover design has cooled, so we'll peel that off. And yes, we've got coffee charms and a book charm, name page, and cover design for Nathan H's order. And that was $15.23. Thank you for your order, Nathan. I've got another one here on Shopify, $15.24 for Stephanie R. Let me grab Stephanie's matcha colored pre-made journal. So again, we've got charms, cover design, and a name page for this one. Let me take a look here. For charms, she requested a bookish charm, a cat charm, and an ocean charm. So let me pull out the options that we have in all of those categories. Where's my green book? Bookish charm, cat charm, and we've got a lot of ocean charms. I'm wondering if I have just like a small, I might just pull a small shell for ocean charms because I feel like all of these are fairly, well, unless we do the popper and the book, I guess they're not too big. Okay, maybe let's choose, actually, one second. I got these new turtles. They're the same as my old turtles, but my old turtles, they were all the same color. They were all like green and blue, and this one is a variety pack. So they're all different color, like there's a leopard print one. And these ones have like little cherry blossoms on them. They're very cute. Okay, I was seeing if there was one that matched with the green journal, but I see that there is not. Okay, yeah. So I don't see a specific turtle that would like really fit. So maybe let's choose our cat charm first and then kind of base things off of that. Hey, Elizabeth. Thanks for joining. How are you? I'll start the poll for this one, but if there is a moderator who's available to be on poll duty, that would be lovely. We're going to start with the cat theme charm, option 1 or option 2. We do also need to add a book charm and an ocean charm, but I think we'll start with the cat and then work from there. I'm going to go ahead and weed her cover design while you're casting your votes. I'm doing well. Yes, I'm doing well. I'm feeling much better after Christmas. It was a very busy fall and early winter, and Christmas holidays was exactly what I needed. So I'm feeling refreshed. If you could go ahead and cast your vote in, there's that little blue and white clipboard icon below my name. That's where you got to cast your vote in order for TikTok to actually count it in the poll here. So tap that and then choose option 1 or 2. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. Spreading the live around. And she actually chose the exact same cover design as I used for my 2026 journal, so I just copied and pasted. I didn't even draw a new one. Let's see here. Option number 2, 1. Okay. I know, but I feel like the ocean options, the reason I wanted to wait with the ocean options is because they were all gold except for the turtles. So I felt like if we go with all gold for these, then I feel like we need a turtle. You know, we need some color in there. But if we went with all color for these, like the cat and the book, then I wanted a gold so that not everything is colorful, you know? That's why I chose to do ocean last, because we've got the most variety of ocean, so we can kind of easily make it fit with what we choose. Let's vote for this one next. Could we do a 2-option poll to which book charm we want to put with the paw print? And we will vote for the ocean one after, but I don't even know, like, there's so many options. I don't even know what to pull out until I see what we're working with. You know what I mean? So the paw print is locked in. These are the 2 book options. And then once we've locked that in, then we'll go ahead and choose the ocean one. I'm going to move these over so that I can start ironing while you guys are casting your votes. Let me hold it up for you for a sec. Paw print is locked in. Books, option 1 or option 2. Go ahead and cast your vote. 1 or 2. Option 1, lovely. Thank you, Stevie. Okay, so we have, wait, that was the green book, right? Yes. And I moved the other one and then forgot. Okay, so these 2 are locked in. I feel like these 2 would pair quite well on the same ribbon. So we could go for an ocean one that will sit on its own ribbon. So in that case, I am going to pull out 1 turtle. She mentioned in her description that she likes blush color. Sorry, I just hear a screaming kid coming downstairs, and that's not usually the case. I'm going to pause this for 1 second. Okay, we're all good. A little bit of nighttime potty drama. Dad's got it under control. Okay. Wait, she said she likes blush pink, sunshine yellow, and the turquoise of a tropical sea. Maybe that would count as turquoise-ish. Or wait, maybe this one's better. It's got a little bit more of a green undertone. I know it's a little bit darker, but okay, so this would be on its own ribbon. Or let's see what else we have. Or we could do something smaller to pair with the book on its ribbon. Or let's just throw in one of these guys to put somewhere. Okay, let's do those 4 options. Would someone mind starting a poll for 4 options? And we've got, because she mentioned she likes blush pink and an aqua blue, we've got those 2 turtles. And then just generic ocean, we've got the last 2. So option 1, 2, 3, or 4. Go ahead and let me know what you think in the poll. Okay. I'm just going to read her name page description. So name is Stephanie. The theme that she chose is ocean. We've got, yeah, she loves blush pink, sunshine yellow, and the turquoise of a tropical sea. Let me see here. Sunshine yellow, I feel like is probably brighter than the yellow that I always use because that's a bit more orangey. I think that would be good. You guys need to help me choose a turquoise though for her name page because I feel like I would probably have better luck with my Crayola Super Tips, but those have also been apprehended by my toddler. They are upstairs. Okay, let's see here. I'm gonna swatch one more. I'll go ahead and put the charms on in a sec, and then you guys need to help me choose a turquoise. It's way too dark, but I don't really have much in between there down here. Option 1, okay, lovely. Let's get those on. Oh, really, Lacey? Is her name Stephanie R? I mean, you don't need to tell us, but that's who we're packing an order for right now. Sure is. Okay. Nice. Aw. Thanks, Lacey. That's honestly like the biggest compliment is when people like, you know, actually take my products or my work and show it outside of social media, you know, like when it's worth bringing up to your friends in real life or family. And like that is the biggest compliment to me. So thank you very much for sharing my account. You're funny, Lacey. You're like my husband. When so many people don't in my life just don't know that I do any sort of, you know, small business. And so if people ask me, they're like, "Oh, you do a small business? Like, what do you do?" I tend to downplay it, and my husband's like, "Oh, she does," and he just like goes off on all the fun things, which is sweet. I appreciate it. Kelsey, these spreads, no, I didn't do these ones on live. I did these on my iPad, which is also what I use to help run my live streams. So I didn't do these ones on live, but we are currently working on a journal on live, and this is where we're at right now. We've done January through to the beginning of March, and we will pick up on this one in probably half an hour or less, I think. Unless if more orders come in now during the live, I would love to pack them for you right here and now. But as of right now, I think this is the second last one that we've got placed. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, and 4 is go upstairs and get something new. So could someone start a 4 option poll for us? These are the 3 colors that she mentioned that she loves. A sunshine yellow, a blush pink, and then, in her words, the turquoise of a tropical sea. So that's what I came up with for the yellow and the pink. Then we've got to choose a turquoise. And I feel like my turquoise options are pretty slim down here. I have the pack of Crayola Super Tips upstairs that I'm quite confident would have better colors. But yeah, if you think one of these would fit the bill, vote for one of those. If you think I should ditch you guys for a minute and run upstairs, vote for number 4. I feel like when people use colors like turquoise, I'm always so like, oh, what exactly do you mean by that? Like there's aquamarine, there's turquoise. I'm like, do you mean more of a green? Do you mean more of a lighter color, more of a darker color? You know, I just never really have a clear image of what people mean by those colors. I know it's not like an out there color to say, but I just don't have a clear picture of it in my head. Beauty by Nicole says go. Thank you. I will brace to go. I'm standing up now as I see the results of the poll. Let's see here. Yes, it is, K-Teacher. Option 2. Okay, cool. Sounds good. I guess I can sit back down. What do you think, Lacey? You know, Stephanie. Does option 2 look like a color she'd like, or should I go find something more green upstairs? She'll like it? Okay, perfect. Lovely. Then let's do it. So, Stephanie is her name and ocean is the theme. So I kind of want to do her name in like the bright yellow. Actually, no, yeah, let's do it in yellow. So S-T, yeah. P-H-A, right? Yeah, let's do that. I feel like adding a second layer to this yellow is doing nothing. Can you even see it? You can see it a little bit, but it is very subtle. All right, Stephanie, light gray, drop shadow. All right, now let's add, okay, ocean. So my mind right away went to beach, I guess, like shells, bubbles. What do we think? Do I stick with beach? Now I'm realizing maybe by ocean she would want more like jellyfish. But I was thinking shells, starfish, bubbles, that kind of stuff. Oh, thank you, KPR. Beach is good? Okay, we're taking Lacey's word on this one. So how about we do a little sandcastle over here with some shells and starfish and like bubbles and stuff like that. I love beach themes. They're one of my favorite ones to doodle. So let's go with that then. I'll put a little sandcastle. All right. I'm going to add some white gel pen to these shells. And I'll do a little starfish. And then a bunch of bubbles. Then let's add some white gel pen to our letters. And also to the shells. Thanks, Gianna. It is such a simple doodle. Like, I love doodling beach things because they're so easy, but they are so like cutesy, you know? Thank you guys. I'm glad you like it. Oh, yay, Mama D. How far are you? Alrighty. There is Stephanie's name page. I honestly don't even think I've ever used this yellow before now that you say it, Pretty Fulls. It is very pretty. Chrome yellow light. I have my one go-to yellow, Tombow 991, that I use for everything. So it's good to be specifically requested colors that I don't use all the time, because then we end up with a result like this and it's like, oh, I actually love that. I should use that more often. Thank you so much for your order, Stephanie. I hope you enjoy the journal. Let me head over to Etsy here. I had another Etsy order come in that I want to pack today. Oh yes, that would be great, Mama D. Orders. Okay, an espresso bullet journal, just the dot grid one, not the pre-made one. Thanks for the reminder, Queen of Spades. Not yet. Oh, good, Lacey. I hope so. Let me grab an espresso journal for our next order. Let me see here. So this one also has all of the personalizations. So we're gonna grab a tea, a gold tea she requested. I do still have a few gold ones, they're just hiding. There we go. A gold tea with a butterfly. Okay, oh, perfect. Butterflies again. We just did butterflies, so they are fresh in my mind. She didn't mention any specific colors that she likes, so I would maybe just go with white instead of choosing. We've got pink, blue, and purple as well, but I think I might just go with white since she didn't mention a specific color that she likes. So let's put these on, and then we do have a cover design, and we will do a butterfly name page for her as well. The butterfly is a bit of a like bulkier one, so I am going to put it on its own ribbon. Even though often when people just have two charms, I do like to pair charms together. I think I'll do that one on its own. And so this is my last order currently. If anyone is interested in having an order packaged tonight on live, go ahead and place that. You can use the discount code livestream. And this is the last batch of orders that I will be packing and mailing out this week. So if you're interested, go ahead and grab one. And if not, we are going to move on to Kristine's journal right after this. We're working through March right now, so we've got to choose a weekly spread for her. Pretty Full's rank which things I like doing the most. Oh, you're funny. I like doing name pages the most, but also they take me so much time. I mean, they don't take me that much time, but when I get a whole slew of them, like back when I did the pre-orders and I had like hundreds of pre-orders and almost every one of them had a name page, that was very overwhelming because, yeah, they are the most hands-on, but they are also my favorite, you know? And then I would say charms next. I really like choosing them and pairing them. And with the cover designs, it's just kind of like, I like how they look, but the process of doing them is nothing special, you know? US too, yep. I do ship worldwide through my Etsy shop. I ship to US and Canada through my website. But you can get them anywhere in the world. Just kind of have to order accordingly. Ooh, this journal is going to Australia, to Trina. Thank you for your order, Trina. No, it's not embossing, Elle. I use a cutting machine, like if you've heard of the Cricut, or this is the Caesar Juliet. That's what I use because all I'm doing is heat transfer vinyl. So I just found like Caesar, the brand that I use, they have a heat transfer vinyl that looks a lot like embossing. It's just a gold metal vinyl. But you can cut anything with a machine like that. Like I'm not using any sort of embossing tools. I'm just using a cutter, and then I use the Cricut Easy Press to press it on. I don't know if it has a technical name. Heat transferring? I don't know. You can just use your iron. But I found with my iron, I used that for a couple, and you could kind of see the shape of the iron on the journal, which wore away eventually, but still just doesn't look quite as professional when you can see my clothes iron imprint on your journal. All right, let's do her name page. So the name page is going to be Trina. Let me see here. Trina with butterflies. And she doesn't give us any indication of the colors that she likes. So I think I might honestly just use the same like browns, because she ordered an espresso journal. So all that I know about her as far as color preferences go is that she chose brown out of all the other color options. So we're gonna go with browns and do a very, very similar cover or name page to the one that we just did, because same kind of vibe. Oh, I should amber, but I don't. No. Okay. I'm just picturing how I'm going to break down her name. Starting with the T is not my favorite. I could do it lowercase. TR. Maybe I'll just do the lighter 2 browns and just put it onto 2 rows. Yeah, T. It's hard to do T and R next to each other. Let me show you what I mean. Because if we're stacking it and it's only those 2 letters on the top row, T is a standalone letter. You know, I don't connect it. And then like R, I don't know. They just look too separate. You know what I mean? Even if I put the first 3 on there, I don't know. Sometimes I feel like letters that are like standalone letters don't fit as well for stacked calligraphy because they look kind of awkward. I could do lowercase, or I could just do this actually. With all 3 letters, it actually doesn't look bad. Maybe I'll do that. Lowercase, you think? See, I use lowercase letters a lot at the beginning of words and names, but I had a couple of people be like, why did you put lowercase at the beginning of my name? Not like, okay, I made that sound aggressive. It wasn't aggressive, but it was like, I don't know if they almost felt offended. So I've been using uppercase. But if enough of you guys think lowercase is okay, I'm going to do lowercase because I like lowercase and I would do it for my own name. Tree. Do some butterflies flying across the page. Thanks. Learn to trust the process while watching my lives. Yeah, that's kind of a theme around here. That's how we roll. I think that's good. I was debating doing one more, but I think we'll keep it there. And then we got to add the flight lines and some sparkles and color them in. looking for? Maya, I do offer options where I do every page, but because of how much work that is, I only offer a handful of those a year. So yeah, for the most part, I do the first page for people. You can choose to add like a name page or a cover design or charms or all of the above. Like this person chose a cover design, charms, and a name page. So that's what we are doing for her. Now you notice the music. Shoot, shouldn't have mentioned it yesterday. Now everyone's gonna be annoyed by the music. Oh, hey, Rosita. Welcome here. Where's the pen I'm looking for? Not any of these, the one I'm looking for. Oh yes, this one. Bring back happy birthday. Jazzy happy birthday. Oh, thank you, Jackie. I think I got over the fear of messing up mostly just by practicing lots, and honestly, like, I don't mean this as a joke, I say it all the time, but honestly, impatience. Like, I would not stick with journaling if I had to sketch everything out first and, oh, I don't like it, let me erase it. I would not. I don't have the time for that. If my journal is taking more time than it's saving me, that defeats the purpose. So for me, like, I mean it wholeheartedly. Impatience is what helped me get over the fear of messing up, because I was like, okay, I'm gonna give this one shot, because if I have to do more than that, it's a waste of my time. This pen is a 0.05 size fine liner. The brand is just random. It's pretty average. I wouldn't necessarily direct you to this brand. I really like the Mr. Pen ones. I haven't used them in a few years, but that is a brand that I would recommend to you. You can find them on Amazon. All right, let me color those in and then add some white gel pen to everything. Yeah, you can't expect perfection every time. And like, making mistakes is just, it gives you more room to be creative. Like, how are you gonna fix that mistake? You know? How are we gonna deal with that obstacle? And I will say too, Jackie, I almost never, okay, thanks for the reminder, there's no puzzle piece. I almost never go in with black pen first. I feel like that requires even another level of confidence that I don't have. Like, I don't trust myself to sketch things out. That's the thing. Like, even when I did at the start, when I did pencil sketch things, I'm not good at sketching. I start with markers so that I can like build my shape up, you know, like I know I want a shell or whatever. And so I'll start with what I think is going to look like a great shell shape, but oh, like this part actually should be a little bigger. You can just add a little bit more marker, and then once you get to the place where you want, then you can add an outline if you're going to do that. You know, I feel like for me, that was the middle ground, was ditching the pencil because I'm not good at sketching anyways, but instead of going straight in with a black pen and making lines, like, you know, just kind of guessing at them, I just went in with markers so that you can start your shape smaller than you think you're going to want it, and then you can build it up and then add an outline after if you want to. I feel like that helps too if you're trying to ditch the pencil and just start drawing. All right, here is Trina's journal. Cover design, everything very on theme, which I love. Butterfly charm and a gold T, and then the butterfly name page as well. Thank you so much for your order, Trina. This one is going all the way to Australia. Safe travels. Let me check here. I don't think I have any other orders. I am going to refresh just in case someone did place one that I did not see come in, but I think we're good to move on to Kristine's unless someone has an order that they would like packed today. Totally, Laura. Sorry, I think I missed your first comment, Rosita, because I'm not totally sure that I'm following. Oh, what white gel pen? I use the Languo P600B. They work amazingly well. This is also the freebie. If you do order a journal from me, you will also get a white gel pen, just like this one. Alrighty, oh, we did get one more order. Thank you for your order, Tim. 1525. Let me go ahead and put Trina's over on the shelf and grab Tim's order, which is an espresso pre-made journal. And Tim, if you're here, let me know so that we can take your feedback. If not, we will vote on the necessary items. Let's see here. Oh, perfect. Tim doesn't have a cover design, which at this time in the week is good news for me because I don't need to fire up my cutting machine again. If you do order a cutting machine or a cover design, I will fire up my cutting machine again. I probably wouldn't show that part on the live because it is a whole process in itself. Okay, I'm getting some sketchiness over here. I think this one might have been dropped in shipping because, oh yeah. Oh, Alexander, you have a cutting machine too? Or do you have a different method? I'm gonna get you a new one because this one has a bit of a crunch over here. Let me grab a fresh one and try that one out. So there goes another, I haven't had an espresso B grade in a while, but I will add that to my shop after the live tonight if you are looking for an espresso B grade. And do you have gold metal foil, Alexander, or do you want me to send along a scrap? Let's give this one a try. Ooh, nice and crisp. That's what I'm talking about. Lovely. Oh, but only one ribbon. Okay, this is a first. I've never had a one ribbon. Okay, 2 espresso B grade journals will be going into the shop tonight. Okay, I'm just gonna grab a scrap. I always keep my designs under 2 inches by 2 inches. 2 inches by 2 inches is my max. Not that you need it to look the same as mine, but that's what I do for mine. So I'll send you a scrap. It's about 4 by 2.5. So you should have plenty of space to work. Let me go try another journal. I have the solo bookmark. That is a first in all of my years of journals coming in. I've had one where the bookmarks like loosened over time, both of them, but never where there was just like one whole one missing. All right, let's try this again. Lovely. Flawless. 2 bookmarks. Things are looking up. Okay, I think we're good. Now, let me grab your charms. You requested the white A, a leaf charm, and a bee charm. Very cute. Let me pull those out and you can lock that in or request modifications if you so choose. You know, Chrissy, I don't know if they would. I haven't brought it up with them yet because, yeah, most of the issues that I have faced with this batch, which I haven't faced issues with any other batch from this supplier. They've been so great. This batch, I've had a lot of B grades, which has been disappointing, but also part of me doesn't mind because I like to keep my journals as affordable as possible. The market standard is not as affordable as I would like. So I priced mine below the market standard. It still seems high to me in some ways. I mean, I think they're worth it. I do think they're worth it. I'm not pricing them like way out there, but I would love to keep them all more affordable. And so the fact that the B grade option lets me have a more affordable option for people without giving up my time. That's the thing, is the one thing that does make me, you know, want to price them even higher is just the fact that it does take time to do all of the like personalizations and stuff. And so that's why I don't offer those with the B grade, so that I can make them like as cheap as you'll ever find for a product like this. So yeah, it is frustrating, and it would be nice in a way if they would compensate for the errors, but also it just allows me to make some journals more accessible, and I feel like that's valuable. So I'm not too hurt about it. Let's go. Oh, thank you guys. Oh, the clear drawers. These are just from Amazon. Acrylic. I want to say I searched like acrylic desk organization or something like that. And I actually got these in a few different varieties. These ones have the compartments, but I have the same ones with just open drawers, no compartments, that I have some journal kit supplies in. So I found a good variety on Amazon actually of just like acrylic desk organizers. Alrighty. Yes, I do. I mean, I've only done it twice, and the last time was in 2022, but my plan is to do new doodles each year now that I've kind of kicked production up again. I definitely will have something like this for 2027 that will be a brand new planner, completely fresh doodles, all of that. Okay, so, sorry, Alexandra, I should have been asking you questions while I was doing that. Alexandra, pine cones, acorns, pine trees, nature colors. Do you have anything you want to add to that? How do you feel like stacked name, something different? Feel free to add or change anything about that description. Excuse me. Add or change anything about that description. Try to keep it in just one comment if you can, so that we can pin it, so that it doesn't get lost. I'm going to take a sip of water here. I'm having some hiccups. Not really, Katie. Well, let me show you the top of my desk right now, and the reason why I don't show it very much is because the whole other side looks like this. It's really not pretty. I wish it was, but it's not. Stacked in dark sage. Dark sage. You might need to hold my hand a little on this one. Let me get a few contenders for you. Stacked in dark sage. Okay, I'm gonna swatch them from greenest to bluest, and you can let me know which one fits most what you are looking for. And I do have one other dark green upstairs. that I can grab if none of these are quite what you're looking for. And if those are too dark, I mean, I do have, I would call, where'd it go? I would call this one Sage, I think, but it's not as dark as those. But I will throw that in there in case that's what you're liking. 3, 4, 5. Do any of those fit the bill for you, Alexandra? Yeah, I think it's a bit more dusty. Yeah, see, that's why this is the one I always use as Sage, but these are my only darker greens that I have. I don't really have like a dusty, dark green, you know, it kind of ends here. So let's do that then. Alexandra, stacked, dark sage, pine cones, acorns, pine trees. Okay, yes, we can do that. A-L-E. It's a long name. Let's get into it. Alexander. Same savvy one. It's like nails on the chalkboard, but also nice. This is a Tombow marker in the color 312. It's such a great green. I know, I feel like I often just pick up 228, which I also love. But then whenever I use this one, I'm like, oh, why don't I use this more? It's so pretty. Oh yes, Jen, this is just, we're personalizing people's journals. We packed yours up earlier. I know you didn't have any personalizations for me to show you, but that's what we're up to tonight. This is the last one, unless someone else is interested in having an order packed on live and mailed off tomorrow. This will be the last batch before the weekend, so if you are interested, go ahead and use the code livestream. But if no other orders come through, then after this, we'll be back into that custom bullet journal. That is our next order of business. Oh, and it's 9:47. I've been leisurely over here. Don't have as much time as I thought. All right, a lot of green going on. Let's get some browns in there. Okay, so pine cones, acorns. Let's add some acorns next. cones. And then we'll add some sparkles as well. Where's my sparkler? Sparkle drawing pen. All right, let's add a little bit of white gel pen. I'm gonna add also just a little bit of shading to these guys because they look a little bit flat. Okay, white gel pen time. Oh, thanks, Terry. That made your Siri go off. That's so random. Alrighty, thank you so much for your order, Alexandra. That was order 1525. And yes, these orders are all going to be mailed out tomorrow. 1525. Okay. I don't see any other new orders, so why don't we get back into Kristine's journal for a moment here. We won't have too long. It actually got a bit later than I thought, but I mean, we'll do another, I don't know, not an hour. I need to get off a little bit earlier than yesterday, but less than an hour. Let's try to make some headway on these weekly spreads though. I feel like depending on the spread we choose, we could even possibly finish them. Let's go to Pinterest. So just to catch you guys up on what we're working on, this is Kristine's custom journal. It's for 2027. So it started in January. Snowflake theme, cleaning tracker, monthly title page, 2-page calendar with notes. These are the weekly spreads. So the requirements for Kristine's weekly spreads are there has to be space for each of the 7 days to have a separate box, no combined weekend, and then 1 or 2 additional boxes. And then of course, we also want room for the title and some doodles. So 8 to 9 kind of boxes and then room for the title and doodles. So that's how we did that in January, how we used our space. For February, she has a brown tabby cat theme for her birthday month. And this is how we use the space in February. So again, each of the 7 days has a separate section, some doodles, a title, and then 1 bonus box on this one. That brings us to March, and the theme is Easter. He is risen. We've got this across with the craft paper and flowers. Again, title page cleaning tracker, 2-page calendar with a notes box. And now we need to vote on a weekly layout that is going to fit her requirements and also work well with this theme. So why don't we head over to Pinterest and take a look at some weekly layouts that could work for us. Actually, let me go to my Photos app first because we had a bunch that we were considering. Where were they? Here we go. Okay, so this is one that's been part of the vote every time and just hasn't won, but I think it's a great contender, so I might put it in the vote again this time. Again, we've got like the 7 days. I would split these two up and give them more space. And then down here, I would have like her notes section, and then there's still plenty of room for the title and doodles. This one also hasn't gotten chosen, so I might keep that one back in depending what we find. This one hasn't gotten chosen either. Okay, yeah, we've still got some good contenders here. Where's the one? Okay, yeah, and then this sort of thing, modified, because it only has 7 boxes right now. So I was thinking we could do her notes box like here. And then I was actually thinking we would totally flip the pages. I know that makes things a bit confusing, but have the 4 boxes on this side with the smaller heading up here, and then notes and a bigger doodle down in the corners. So same thing, but kind of inverted. That's what I was thinking we could do with this one. Oh yeah, and then there was one. This is the one that we voted on for February. Okay, so let me go into Pinterest and see if we find any other ideas. I feel like we've got some good ones though, so we don't really need to find other ideas. I'm gonna scroll way down because we've already gone through the top part, looking on those other days. Okay, let's start here. Yeah, I feel like we have fine ideas, but I'll see if there's anything else that jumps out at us that we want to consider. I'm thinking of this one. Just trying to think of how we would lay it out. So obviously there's space for the 7 daily boxes. This is very, very similar to what we did in January, but with boxes instead of like highlights. But basically each page is split in half and then again into thirds, which actually is also quite similar to what we did in February, but just different, you know, the way the space is visually divided up is different as well. Okay, so this would definitely work. It has kind of all the same features that our other ones do, just displayed differently. I'll screenshot that. But it's not something new, you know, like, I don't know if, Kristine, I don't know if you have a preference if you want something a bit more new. Like, this would be more new, and obviously it would look different. This is obviously someone's like daily journaling journal as well, but it's got the 7 days of the week, plenty of room for a title. I would actually maybe put that part on top. Plenty of room for a title, and then plenty of room for notes and a doodle. So I love this kind of option as well. But that's if you like horizontal days of the week, which just has a different feel when you're actually writing in them. Maybe let's use that as our other option. And then I think that might be enough. Or this, actually, and this would work with our current theme as well, because we are doing a florally theme. This would very easily slot in. Okay, what's going on, Pinterest? What are we doing? Okay, let's start a poll here. I'm gonna delete this one because I like the other horizontal option better, and delete this one because we already did it. Is there a mod? I'm gonna hop back into TikTok here so I can just check in. Is there someone who would be willing to start the poll for me in a moment? Pages here. Okay. Let's oh yes, she has been in the lives. Kristine, I actually don't know if Kristine is here today, but okay, sorry, I'm giving like Inception over there with the iPad screen on the screen. Okay. let's do a 4 option poll. I'm going to choose my 4 favorites of the ones that we have saved. And 4 that I think are a little bit different than what we have already used. So I'll describe them, and then once I get to like the 4th one, we can start the poll, and then I'll go through them again. But option 1 is going to be this one again. This one has been option 1 for every poll. I don't know if you guys don't like it or if it just like, you know, but I like it. So I'm going to keep it in here. Option 1 is basically tall daily boxes. That's the big difference. We haven't used that at all yet. There is space for 7 days. I would extend these to give the weekend its own like full space instead of a split space. Notes over here, title and doodles up here, plenty of room. That's option 1. Do I want to keep this one in the poll or not? Yeah, I will. I will keep this one in the poll. This one has the 7 days. I would just add a box down here for the notes section and probably stretch this out so that we only had a margin on the top and there's more functional space for actual planning. That's what I would do for this one. That's going to be option 2. I'm going to ditch this one because it's my least favorite of those, and clearly you guys don't like it that much either because it's never won a poll. This is going to be option 3, but again, I would probably move this block, which would be actually the title or like the month, up to the top, and then have 4 days below it, 3 days over here, and then split this section in half. One half would have a doodle, one half would have her notes box. That's option 3. Last option, option 4, 7 days of the week. Wait, that's 8. Why are there 8 on this one? Okay, so let's just say 6, 7, and then we have a bigger space for the title and a doodle, and then her notes box down the side. That's what this one would look like. So 4 options. Let me go through those one more time. I'm just gonna pop back into TikTok, make sure, oh yes, a poll is ready to go. So let me take you back to option 1. Tall days of the week, notes over here, heading up here. Option 2, split these pages into quadrants, add the notes box here, title and doodles up here. Option 3, sorry, that one was option 2. This one is option 3. Title would be up here, and then 4 days of the week, kind of horizontally like that. Well, stacked vertically, but you know what I mean. 3 days of the week up here, notes and a doodle. That's option 3. Option 4, 7 days of the week, title over here, notes down the side. That's option 4. The timer is probably out, but I can't see it, so I'm going to run through them one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let me hop back into TikTok, see how things are going. Okay. Oh my goodness, a tie between option 1 and 4. Do any of my mods want to break the tie since you can't vote? Sorry, I had to move my phone out of the thing to actually see the poll results. Wait, option 4 won? To me, it shows 36.07% for both 1 and 4. Stevie and Nicole like 1. Paige likes 4. I think I like 4. But to be fair, 4 is basically just like, 4 is exactly this layout except for shuffling to move 1 day here, 1 day here, and then combine the extra box, you know? So it's it's just taking the same thing and rearranging it. 1 is different. So if 2 of my mods are gonna tip the scales for 1, then let's do number 1. It is quite different, which means I'll have to figure out the spacing on this one. Oh yeah, that makes sense, Paige. It does do that sometimes if you open it up before the poll actually is over. Okay, let me go find option 1 here. Where is it? Way back. Okay, there's option 1. So let me grab my ruler. Aw, thanks, Sienna. Okay, so we want if I start this like 7 centimeters down, I feel like that gives lots of space for a title and doodles. Let's just think about what we would have up here. Maybe some craft paper, hey? And then, yeah, March, and then maybe like an open tomb or some flowers. I feel like that would be a good amount of space to do a title design. And I am gonna need 5 weeks this month, right? Yes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes. Okay, so let's, whoop, I need that, not the lid. That's what I meant to put down. Let's start there. We're gonna, 7 centimeters is where our boxes will begin. Let me show you in just a sec, okay, Rita? I just wanna mark this in on 5 pages. 7 centimeters is where we're gonna start our daily box. That was 4, right? This is 5. I'll count on the way back because I also want to mark 7 centimeters up on this side because that's where it's going to go down until 7, 7, 2, page 3, page 4, page 5. Good. I did 5 and not 6. Oh yeah, I can show you the theme. Easter. That's what we've got so far. All right, and then we need to split this 3 across. So it's a total of 13 centimeters across. I'm gonna just cut off the 2 dot grid spaces on the edge to make it 12, because obviously that divides nicely by 3. And I don't actually feel like I need to draw those out. I can just count 8 dot grid spaces. Okay, we have been using a black outline for things this month, like the border, like the calendar. I wouldn't normally use a black outline for the daily boxes, but I'm going to because that's what we have been using this month. I just hope this pen doesn't die on me because I need to get a new set of fine liners. I've had this set for a million years and they could give out at any point. Okay, 3, 6, 8. 8. Okay, and I'm gonna extend this all the way to the bottom because we wanted to stretch out this weekend box and give each day its full space. Sienna, yes, this has been my full-time job since 2020. Three, 6, 8. Janice, thank you. Yes, it does. My gosh, you guys, that has been really kicking me. But that's okay. We're still going to combine Friday and Saturday over there because it doesn't make sense to combine up here. That would look silly. But yes, if I've been saying Saturday, Sunday, what I mean is Friday, Saturday over there because that is what she wants. Thank you. Yes, it is a very cool job. If you can call it a job. I mean, it like, finance is my life like a job, but it doesn't always feel like a job, you know? I'm very, very thankful for that. Let's go. Nope, it's black. I don't actually have a brown fine liner. Would love to get one in the future though. And then this I want to split, so 15, 17, 18, 19 and a half. Yes, that's 9 and a half and a bit, right? 9 and a half and a bit. Oh no, 9 and a bit. There, yeah, that's better. Okay, let me draw the bottom line now and the top. That's the whole line. Okay. There is the March title. Yes, we should do brown paper on these, hey? I think that'd be nice. Adds a couple extra steps, but that's okay. I'm gonna go ahead and color in, yeah, we had like a blob at the top for the day and date. Started Monday, yeah, but still, I feel like making pretty decent time. It would be nice to go a theme a day, but I know that, like a month a day. But I feel like that's a bit ambitious when I'm doing it on live and yeah. Here's the light yellow. We have pretty much gone a month a day. Oh, that's not my yellow. Just grabbed the first zebra mild liner I saw. We have gone almost a month a day, but I feel like, yeah, the first day, I guess we only did half a month. And then since then, we've been finishing the weekly spreads of the previous one and starting all the monthly spreads of the following one. So like doing the equivalent of a month a day since then. But today we'll probably only do like half a month because I was packing some orders. So today's live plus Monday's live kind of were 1 month. No puzzle piece, thank you. So yeah, Tuesday and Wednesday we went a month a day, but Monday and Thursday we could not keep up the pace. Oh, the puzzle piece, Chrissy, is it's TikTok's way of checking that you're human. Every once in a while during the lives, it will put a puzzle piece up on my phone screen and I need to swipe it within, I forget, a few minutes to prove that I'm human. And if I miss it, then it turns off the live completely, but my phone is always up there, so I'm never looking at it. So we do miss it from time to time. We missed it on Monday and got kicked out of the live and had to start from scratch like halfway through our time together. But what do I do if I mess up? I do mess up a lot, and there's a few kind of solutions. Like if it's very small, I'll cover it with white gel pen. Over here, I stamped the wrong day on, and so we cut this out from a different journal and pasted it on top. That's another way that I'll cover it up. If it's just a mistake that like I noticed because I didn't mean to do it that way, but it's not actually like, you know, it's not actually going to affect the journal or something, then I'll just like leave it or like turn it into something different if I can. But yeah, often we cover with white gel pen or with journal paper. Just kind of depends on the situation. It is for 2027. Yes, this Kristine. So whenever you order a journal like this, you can choose when you want it to start. And so Kristine has a journal for 2026. She's using my pre-made like coloring book style journal for 2026. So she didn't need one until 2027. And then, sorry, yes. Thank you, Paige, for answering that question. And thank you, Angela, for the reminder. Yes, starts Sunday. Yeah, JL Andress. J Landress, sorry, I don't know. Yes, they are a few $100s depending how many months you want to order. And so, yeah, I do have different options as well because I know that's not for everyone. No problem. And I did move the listing over to my, wait, was that 5 Mondays? I feel like I didn't stamp that many Mondays. Did I miss a week? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, okay. I moved the listing over to my website. Although it's closed now, I open it up when there's, like when I have another one kind of scheduled so that you can read the listing, see the price breakdown for the different number of months, but I don't leave it open all the time because, yeah, then people just think that it's gonna open any day, but it's very specific. Do I sell? Yes, these stamps are for sale. Days of the week, months of the year, miscellaneous journal headings, as well as seasonal doodles they are carried by Contact Crafts, but they're all my hand-drawn or written stamps, and I do get royalties from them when you purchase, so that does support the shop as well. And that can be found linked in my bio if you're interested. How long does it take to do one book? So that depends. These days I go live about 2.5 hours a day, Monday to Thursday. If I can spend that whole window working on this journal, it would take me about 4 to 5 weeks, about a month. Often though, I spend a good chunk of that time also personalizing other orders. And so that obviously extends the amount of time it takes. But if I could just focus 2.5 hours a day on this journal, it would take me about a month. Would you ever, so, oh, an undated custom. Could I still do the months? Like, could I still write in your monthly headings? Because if not, maybe no. But if it's just like you don't want the date written on, absolutely. I don't mind doing that at all. It saves me a step. But without the monthly headings, I feel like that'd be kind of awkward because I would just have to leave, like, you know, just like leave this empty for you. So I started doing this in 2020, and back in 2020, I sold my first few for $50 a journal, and I was doing whatever people asked, like, and so I did do one where someone did ask for an undated without the months filled in, and I hated it. I mean, whatever, the doodles were fine, whatever, but I didn't like to look at it because like every cover page, every weekly spread where I would write, you know, oftentimes my lettering is like the main event. I love doing fun lettering. Like, you know, February we had pretty bulky lettering. January, like, so it was just every weekly spread. Instead of having that, I just had to leave it blank. And I was like, well, I hope that she has a way of doing nice lettering so she's not just like dealing with all this blank space. But that's what she requested, and it was not my favorite project, but that's all right. But yeah, now that I do so few and I kind of, you know, am a bit more established, I am a little bit more selective about what I can say yes to. Yeah, my first journal ever sold to, like, that I sold. You know, I made a couple for family and friends for Christmas and like timed them, kind of figured out if this was a doable path forward for me. But my first one that I sold for $45 to like a 14-year-old girl to use as her school journal. So it had like weekly spreads and then like a space for class notes and like stuff like that. So funny looking back because things have changed a lot. Okay. Let me get my pen here for writing in all of the dates. So we start on a Monday, so this was the 28th. Let me just double check with this one. Yes, 28th. Thank you for the follow. Wait a sec. Did anyone else notice that I've been doing only 4 weeks this whole time that I said I've been doing 5? Because I marked the spacing for 5, but then I never actually drew it in. That's why I keep feeling like, I feel like I did not stamp 5 Mondays, but then I checked and all of the weekly spreads that I had drawn were stamped, but that's because I just spaced this one and didn't draw it. Silly me. I feel like usually people catch me on stuff like that. 3, 6, 8. None of us can count. Nice. Yeah. So Ramona, when I do open a spot for these, which only comes up once every month or two, when I do open up a spot, you can choose everything. You can choose your monthly themes, you can choose all your layouts, your yearly pages, everything. But again, those spots are very limited. Yeah, that's all I have to say. I don't know why I keep saying as though I'm gonna add something new. Conversation over. All right, let's catch up to where we are on all of the other 4 weekly spreads. Oh, thanks, Verona. Thanks for the follow. I do have a different journal that is like a pre-made journal where I did all of the designs for you, but because it's like mass produced instead of just for one person, I did try to leave it fairly flexible with like, you know, boxes that don't have headings, pages that don't have headings every now and then, so that you can add kind of custom elements to it. So I think it's kind of the best of both worlds because you don't need to wait for a spot to open. And yeah, these ones are like 10 times the price because of how much time they take me. But you also have the hand-drawn element and still some flexibility to it. Oh yes, I've been keeping my stamps in order. I always put these back in order as I stamp, otherwise I would go crazy trying to remember each week. But yeah, whoever suggested putting my Sunday stamp on top, brilliant. The best move we've made in this journal. Aw, that's so cute, Natalie. How does she know I crochet? I love that. Okay, well, points for Alicia. We can trust Alicia with our lives because she saved this journal. Almost caught up with the other weekly spreads. And then let's talk about where to position our craft paper, because that'll be the next step. If we want to add craft paper, where we want to add it. 28, 29, 30, 1, 3. So let me remind you of how this theme is looking so far. We had craft paper up here like this, and then again on the calendar page. And what we need to fit yet here is we want a title with some doodles up at the top, and then the notes sort of area is going to be down here. So I would maybe say, what should we do, like a top corner craft paper up here and then bottom middle again? I feel like we did that exact thing for the calendar, but then it's fun because we do get to do a little bit of overlapping, but it doesn't take up lots of space there. What do you think? Definitely. Ooh, possibly Jennifer. That's not a bad idea. I do like letting people vote on Instagram, but I could let them vote out of some of our favorite options from custom journals. Go for it. Oh, thank you, Becky. Okay, I'm gonna start with that. And where did I put my, oh yeah, of course, on the massive pile that is my desk right now. Let's whip some of this. Where are my scissors? This is a disaster. My desk is getting so crowded. I don't totally know Queen of Spades if we'll do the tomb or the cross or flowers. I would like to do a tomb somewhere, but I'm not set on like configuring the whole weekly spread around it, you know? I feel like we could just put it on like Easter weekend, which I guess would be this last week. Hey, that's what you guys were saying. March 28th is Resurrection Sunday. So we could just do the empty tomb on this page and not on all the other ones. I feel like that would be fine. Okay, that's gonna be yeah, I don't mind doing it more than once, but I don't think we need to like, yeah, necessarily base the theme around that or the layout around that, you know? I'm going to trim the excess later, but I'm going to glue it onto all the pages first. Mariah, we are making a bullet journal for Kristine. I do custom journal orders for people, and she ordered one for 2027. So we started on Monday with January, and we have been day by day filling up her journal. We're like less than a week into designing it, and we are currently working on her Easter theme for March, just doing some of the weekly spreads. Let's do this page here. Rip some for the bottom. It's so fun, Emily. I mean, it's obviously very time consuming, but it's a very fun. Oh, just for looks, Beauty. She says she likes collage-y, scrapbooky sort of pages like this, so we're just doing it for fun. This one got slanted. There we go. Cut myself a new chunk of packaging paper. That's great, Queen of Spades. All right. No, it's from the same sheet. It is the same sheet of packing paper. Oh yeah, Emily, you know what? I think that's probably the reason why I've been successful doing this, is because there aren't that many other people who do it and who do such a high volume. Because yeah, for lots of people, it's a thing where they take a lot of time making things perfect. And I'm not trying to hate on that at all. I'm just saying, I think that's why I've kind of found it sustainable, is because I don't feel that way. And I was saying this earlier, so if you're here, sorry, I'm probably annoying answering the same questions with the same points over and over, but I really just think it's my impatience that is usually a negative trait, but that has made me so non-perfectionist in bullet journaling, because I am a perfectionist in certain areas of my life, but like when I started my own journal, it was like, this is just a waste of my time. If I have to do a pencil sketch and then, you know, erase and then do this and redo that, and it's like, if this journal is taking me more time than it's saving me, then it's not worth it for me. I was just far too impatient for that. So I, yeah, just kind of got to the place where I was never doing pencil sketches for anything at all. And that's when I kind of learned the tricks to like, yeah, doodle within my comfort zone and doodle in a way that like, if I did make a minor mistake, I knew how to easily adjust. And I didn't have to like plan things out in advance, you know, just kind of wing it. They are all A5 dancing spoons. Oh, your own digital journal. Oh man, I wish I had gotten my digital journal out for this year. I just could not find the time. I got about halfway through it and just, yeah, didn't end up finishing. Oh yeah, these are from Walmart. I get like a pack of, I don't know, it's huge. I don't know, 12, 15, 20, something like that. And they work great. No complaints. That's so cute, Paige. Paper planes, that's a good activity. Yeah, I need to work on like cutting with my son. I realize we do a lot of coloring, but like, I'm sure he has no idea how to cut because I never cut with him. That's one thing we've got to do some more of. Alrighty. Last one. And then we will trim all the edges and start adding our doodles. All right, let's put my craft craft paper away, get something off of my crowded desk, and then start trimming all of these pages. Paige, I got these scissors that, like, you've probably seen them, like, they're plastic, so like they just can't cut like hair and stuff. They can cut paper, they actually work quite well, but they can't cut hair. I don't know how it works, but I got him some of those and we tried them a few times. He didn't really care for it, and I just, like, I don't know. He just kind of always has his coloring stuff out, and I don't really think to introduce other elements to him, you know? I usually just go with the flow and start coloring with him instead of trying to change his activity to work on cutting or something. Yeah, that's true. I could get him a book with cutting activities. You wanted to try them. Yeah, maybe that's not a good sign. I'm just kidding. I'm sure he'd be fine. All right, top edges are done. Now we gotta do all these bottom ones. Need a little more glue over here. This is peeling up. That is hilarious. Terry and then Paige, every time I ever had scissors when I was little, I cut my hair if my mom even blinked. That is so funny. Neither me nor any of my siblings, like my sister, my brother, none of us ever cut our hair. I don't know, that's not even what I think of with the scissors. Yeah, that's so funny though. All right, we made it through all the trimming. Yes, Shanda, the customer chooses everything. The ribbon's so close. Oh, yeah. I'm glad I don't get a lot of intrusive thoughts because I probably would just move a lot slower because I'm just, I don't know. I never notice when like, oh, the ink is open. Oh, the ribbon is closed. I just keep cruising. All right, let me put all of that in the garbage. I just dropped it right beside the garbage, so I'm gonna pick that up quick. Let me see here. Okay, it is 10:45 for me, so I probably should be signing off. I hate to leave it at this point over the weekend, but at the same time, I equally hate leaving it like when we're completely finished something, because then I end up the next live just like sitting here twiddling my thumbs until there's enough people to like vote on the next theme, layout, all that kind of stuff. So we will, when we pick back up on Monday, we'll start working on these weekly spreads again. It shouldn't take us very long. All we need to do is add a doodle and a title and then a notes box down here, and we'll do the white gel pen. And then we will be on to April. The theme for April, let me quadruple check. I'm pretty sure it's her dog, which is a Rottweiler. Let me just double check here. Yes, Rottweiler and puddles, muddy paw prints, and rain. That is the focus of April's theme. So dogs and springtime, it sounds like. Let me give you guys a flip through of where we are at so far. So we just started this journal on Monday. This is a full 12-month journal order for Kristine starting in 2027. So we, book clip thing. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, you can get them in, it's like $1 for a pack of 10 if you look on like AliExpress and stuff. So we started off with this little snowflakes theme for April. Title page, cleaning tracker, 2-page monthly calendar, and a notes box. Those are all the monthly pages she requested. And then for the weekly spreads, we have all 7 days separate, 1 to 2 bonus boxes, and then a title with doodles. Those were kind of her requirements for the weekly spreads. So that's what we came up with for January and how we arranged everything. Then for February, her theme request was a brown tabby cat, and it is also her birthday month. So we worked both of those things in there. These are the February spreads. I'm glad you guys are excited for April. Another animal theme, but I think that might be my last one. Yeah, I think after that I'm in the clear for drawing pets. Just kidding, Kristine. I don't mind drawing your pets. Okay, March, we did this Easter theme. That was her request for March. So again, we've got our title page, we've got our weekly spreads. Hey, Heidi, thanks for joining. Or our cleaning spread. Sorry, I was reading the heading there. 2-page monthly calendar. And then this is where we're at on the weekly spreads. We have yet to add a title and doodle up here and a notes box down here, and then fill these gaps in with white gel pen. And then we'll finish this on Monday. April is Rottweiler, muddy puddles, rain. Yes, that's the prompt. So Rottweiler in the spring weather is our prompt for April, which is what we'll start on Monday once we finish those weekly spreads. Monday, what time? I'm guessing evening. So the same time as tonight, whatever time it is for you right now, about 2.5, 3 hours earlier than this. And I usually stay on for about 2.5 hours. So yeah, that is what we are going to work on Monday. Thank you guys so much for joining this week. I feel like we made some really good headway on Kristine's journal, and all of the journals that you saw personalized on the live stream tonight will be packed and shipped tomorrow. So if one of those is yours, you should be able to get your tracking email and everything tomorrow. So I hope to see you all on Monday. If you would like to catch the replay of any of these videos, I post all of them on YouTube, so you can watch all the themes, you can recreate them. I would love that. And if you'd like to know when we're going to be live, what we're going to be working on, please join me on Instagram, because I do try to keep things up to date in my Instagram stories. So thank you all for joining. Yes, have a great weekend. You guys too. I've been loving all the lives this weekend, but I'm excited, or this week, but I'm very excited to have just a chill evening tomorrow. We're in the middle of a show. Haven't been able to watch it the last 2 nights because I've been on live. So tomorrow we're gonna do a little evening binge. So have a great weekend, you guys, and I will see you hopefully on Monday.